I regret to inform you that The Batman is good. When I was 5, I filmed this Batman movie with my friends. My parents got us all dressed up in these little costumes, and we filmed a little movie where we versed off against the most notorious Batman villain. Everyone knows this guy, alright? Darth Vader. Yeah. It feels like we've had a lot of live-action Batman movies since 1989. The longest gap between movies is only 9 years. The average between releases is only 3 years. So there have been a lot of good Batman movies in that time, and a lot of bad ones. The real question going into The Batman was, can it live up to the greats? Will this movie be The Dark Knight, or will it be Batman and Robin? The first thing you will notice about The Batman is its style. What personally struck out to me was the amount of black and yellow. On a camera, typically daytime natural lighting will be associated with a blue tint, while nighttime will be associated with artificial yellow lighting coming from the powered lights overhead. The movie, by choosing a black and yellow color scheme, is really able to accentuate the Knights of Gotham by mixing the dark black shadows with the yellow artificial lights. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie, involving a hallway, the yellow bursts of light are able to play homage to the iconic yellow of the 1989 suit, even though there is no actual yellow on the suit. Speaking of Batman's suit, the Batman has possibly the best Batman suit yet. The cowl, immaculate. The leather of it meshes perfectly with the suit. His cape is wrapped around his neck in almost like a cool Dracula-like fashion. The eyeshadow they put on Robert Pattinson, while initially looking kind of dumb, allows for the eye holes to be larger. The bat symbol in the middle is also a portable batarang. The gunmetal gray meshes perfectly with the cap. They made the nose less pointy. Look at all the old Batman's noses. They're so pointy. Like, they finally gave the Batman a round nose. The Batman suit in this iteration feels like the right mix of practical and badass. That being said, these aren't even my favorite decisions made with the suit in Batman. They found a way to make Batman's suit bulletproof, but in a very interesting way. When Batman gets hit by a bullet, he may not get a wound, but he does have a lot to deal with, that being the impact of the bullet. He gets knocked off his balance a bit. Matt Reeves, a longtime Batman fan, clearly knew what he was doing. The strongest part of The Batman is certainly its actors. I don't know what Robert Pattinson is doing, but this man clearly understands how to play Batman. Some people may be quick to critique his Bruce Wayne, but I think it is important to note that writers should be able to change things from the comics if it works within the worlds they establish. I think this darker Bruce Wayne makes more sense, as Gotham is at its darkest we have ever seen it. Even if you don't like his Bruce Wayne, though, what Pattinson really captures is Batman. And after all, Bruce Wayne is Batman.
The voice kept calling me Bruce. In my mind, that's not what I call myself.
What do you call yourself? Oh yeah, I suppose you would.
He captures what Conroy would do, where his voice would get more growly the angrier or agitated he would get, and then it would sound more normal as he calms back down. Some of my favorite moments aren't even when he's talking, though. It will be these moments where a character will ask Batman a question, and Batman will just stare at them. Robert Pattinson can make Batman convey so much without even saying a word. The story of the Batman can sometimes be bogged down by its runtime, so while the story is definitely tightly written and interesting, I will probably enjoy it much more on a rewatch. I think for first-time viewers, it can be confusing because there's just so much. I know this story will definitely get hate from some people, but I think to make a full comment on this movie's story, I would have to give it another watch. Switching back to actors, let's talk about the supporting cast and the villain. Jeffrey Wright plays a very well done Commissioner Gordon. Not much depth given to his character, but I like Jeffrey Wright, so I'm just happy he's in this movie. Zoe Kravitz does a very interesting Catwoman. I like how they gave her little ears on like her ski mask. The character is very well intertwined with the story and the message. Riddler, played by Paul Dano, is probably the funniest character in this movie, who hosts his little Twitch streams as he topples the Gotham government. Very wholesome character. I think the only way to describe the Batman is it's pretty badass. I would definitely say that its length is its biggest negative, and the second hour can drag on quite a bit, but I was able to put those aside, and this will probably be my favorite movie to come out this year. It's either going to be this or that Babylon movie, because this guy makes good movies. I thought to finish this review off, I can answer some questions. Is this movie better than Spider-Man? It is definitely longer than Spider-Man. I'll have to watch both more to really choose. Is this the best Batman movie? I really love The Dark Knight, but I would say this is the closest any movie has come to meeting The Dark Knight. I don't know, gotta watch it more. Is this movie worth seeing in theaters, or can I just wait till it comes out on streaming? This one is tough, as I'm very glad I saw this in theaters, and I think any Batman fan should definitely see it in theaters. But if you are just a normal, average movie enjoyer, watch the trailer, see what you think. Is the video ending? Yes, it is. Go watch the Batman.
I'm vengeance.